Control over time. I love that. So, okay, you successfully negotiated the counter. You have your £22.50 return fare, and the train leaves at 10:30.
You're doing great so far.
But now, the language shifts entirely. You have to navigate the station itself, which our sources describe as this sprawling, chaotic mini-city.
It really is a mini city. The cognitive load shifts from negotiating price to decoding a complex environment.
Yeah. You have to locate the essential nodes of this place. The departure boards, the platforms, the waiting areas, and the restrooms. Or, sticking with British English, the toilets.
Right, you have to read the signs and figure out where you fit into this massive flow of people.
But here's where it gets really interesting, though. As you navigate this environment, you are bombarded with terminology that feels incredibly archaic.
Oh, the terminology can be so confusing.
Right, like you see signs pointing to left luggage. Now, to anyone unfamiliar with British transit, left luggage sounds like a tragic accident.
It does.
It sounds like a lost and found bin for bags that people just abandon on a bench.
Why do transit systems use such counterintuitive phrases? Doesn't that just confuse the travelers they're trying to help?
It definitely requires a double take the first time you see it. It implies you left your luggage behind by accident,
Exactly.
when in reality it's a highly secure, paid storage facility for travelers who want to explore the city unburdened for a few hours.
So why keep the weird name? The reason transit systems retain these seemingly quirky or archaic phrases really comes down to institutional authority and historical preservation.
So they prefer tradition over modern clarity. That seems backwards.
Well, in a way, the tradition actually creates the clarity. Historical railway language is preserved because it commands attention through its formality.
Okay, give me an example.
Take the iconic British warning, mind the gap. It doesn't say, watch your step or be careful of the hole.
Right.
Mind is a slightly older, more formal verb that cuts right through the noise of the station.
That makes sense. Or, looking at the sources, there are signs instructing passengers, do not alight until the train has stopped.
Yes, alight is a perfect example.
Nobody uses the word alight when stepping out of a taxi or leaving their house.
No, they don't. But by using a highly formal, uncommon verb, the transit authority signals that this isn't just a casual suggestion, it's a safety directive.
The unfamiliarity of the word forces you to actually pay attention to the instruction.
Exactly. It breaks your normal pattern of reading. And, since we are on the topic of the bags you might be carrying, there is a very common grammatical trap hidden in the word luggage itself.
Oh, right, the uncountable noun issue.
Yes, luggage and baggage operate as uncountable nouns in English.
Which means you can't just add an "es" to them.
Right. You will frequently hear non-native speakers say, I have 3 luggages, but linguistically, English treats luggage not as individual items, but as a mass of burden.
So how do you say it correctly?
You must use a classifier. You have to say, I have 3 pieces of luggage.
3 pieces of luggage. It's a subtle distinction, but it fundamentally changes how you describe your physical footprint in the station.
It does. It's one of those small things that makes a big difference in sounding fluent.
And along with your physical footprint, you're constantly monitoring the clock, right?
Mm-hmm.
And institutional timekeeping adds yet another layer of complexity.
Time is a whole other language in these places. Official schedules almost exclusively rely on the 24-hour clock to eliminate any AM or PM ambiguity.
So the departure board will boldly state 14.35.
Right. But human conversation completely rejects that institutional precision.
How so?
If you ask a clerk or a fellow passenger for the time, they automatically translate it back into 12-hour conversational time. They'll look at the board and tell you it leaves at 2.35 or 2:30.
So you are constantly translating between the language of the machine and the language of the people.
Constantly. It's exhausting if you aren't used to it.
Okay, so you've deciphered the 24-hour board, you've minded the gap, you haven't alighted prematurely, you are finally stepping aboard the train.
The relief of finally getting on.
Yes. Now, our deep dive moves from surviving the station to thriving inside the carriage. And the very first hurdle is the seating arrangement, which is essentially this silent, high-stakes real estate market.
It really is a real estate market, and it operates on 2 totally different systems depending on your ticket open seating versus reserved seating.
Okay, break those down for us.
Open seating is a free market. You can claim any unoccupied space you want. But reserved seating is a contracted guarantee that a specific patch of real estate belongs to you.
And mixing the two up leads to intense social friction.
Oh, the worst kind of awkwardness.
Which brings to mind an incredible account from our sources about a traveler named Tina.
I love this story.
So Tina boarded a train, found a great spot, and confidently settled in, just blissfully unaware she was occupying someone else's reserved seat.
A total nightmare for anyone trying to fly under the radar in a second language.
The ultimate nightmare. But it forces a confrontation. And the way the true seat owner handled it, according to the transcript, is just a masterclass in transit etiquette.
It really is polite armor functioning
No,
perfectly.
because they didn't just point to their ticket and demand she move. They approached and said, "Excuse me, I think you're in my seat."
Which is actually a brilliant piece of passive-aggressive diplomacy.
Because by adding "I think,"
Yeah.
they provide Tina with a social escape hatch.
Exactly. It allows her to say, "Oh, my mistake," and move without either party losing face. The phrasing totally neutralizes the aggression of the correction.
It's so smooth. But navigating other passengers is only half the battle. Because the real spike in adrenaline comes when the conductor or the ticket inspector enters the carriage.
Oh, the tension is real.
Even with a valid ticket in my pocket, I still feel a momentary flash of guilt when they ask, "Tickets, please." Like, am I a fraud?
I think we all feel that. It's the ultimate test of your transit legitimacy.
And technology has totally modernized that dread. I was reading about a traveler from our materials named Leo. He opted for an e-ticket on his smartphone.
Modern convenience at its best.
Right, it's great right up until the conductor's 3 rows away and Leo's phone battery dies.
That is true panic, because the physical ticket is immutable, but the e-ticket relies on battery life.
So what did he do?
Leo had to use his linguistic tools to explain a technological failure to an authority figure who, let's be honest, has heard every excuse in the book.
It underscores why having a printed backup, or at least a fully charged device, is just vital.
You really don't want to be negotiating your right to remain on the train using a second language under pressure. It's incredibly stressful.
For sure. But, okay, assuming your phone is charged and you've secured your rightful real estate, you can finally explore the onboard amenities.
Time to relax a bit.
Maybe.